Morning everyone. Robert Marketing here from Two Lean Chefs. Morning everybody. Enzo Laterzo, my awesome godson Nathan. He's awesome because he's my godson. My goddaughter Lisa is hiding on the chair below here. You can't see on the camera. We use child slave labour here in Bali. We're shooting our breakfast Bali Frittata this morning. So got something really simple. I got my fry pan on the stove. You can see some specks in it, which is a bit of white salt. And what I'm doing is a couple of my friends always ask me how I get the frittata not to stick to the fry pan. And usually because the frittatas the pan's used for all sorts of other stuff, and the frittatas, egg, and it's going to stick really easily. I heat the pan up, add some salt, leave it in there, and sift it around for like 5 or 6 minutes, and then scrape it out, and you get all the toxic little elements of metal that are in the pan that will come out straight away, and it will help it not stick. Anyway, I've got some vegetables left over last night's dinner. I flew back in from LA. Enzo was kind enough to cook me a dinner. Lots of leftovers here. There's some broccoli, there's some zucchinis, some onion, some turmeric cauliflower from Nathan's lunch the other day, a little bit of radicchio as well. That I just found in the fridge, and some tomato that we chopped up. Nathan's going to peel the cucumbers because Alyssa's run away, and some greens from the garden. So we're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to add a tiny little bit of olive oil. Again, you can use any kind of oil you want. Start frying all the ingredients. Now, I usually do them in sections depending on what takes longer to cook. And one of the things we've got in here is also some raw broccoli. And we've also got some broccoli stem. Everybody cuts the broccoli stem off and throws it away. And I was talking this morning about how all the nutrients and antioxidants are in there, and it's really super important to keep it. So, we've got 2 ingredients here, tomato and radicchio. They're really, really soft, so I'm going to wait till everything's sauteed a little bit. Now, one of the things that I've added inside the ingredients that you can't see is some raw ginger and raw garlic. And I'm going to add some turmeric as well. The ginger and the garlic are going to help your metabolism. They've got great antioxidants in them. They're going to keep you full for the rest of the day and actually help you burn fat. Now, turmeric also is a superfood. There's about 10 different ideas of what it does for you, the antioxidants and nutrients, the whole aspect of it. So I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of turmeric inside it. And yes, I am making a frittata, but there's no rule that it has to be all Italian ingredients. So you can see everything's kind of starting to saute off, saute nicely, nice and soft. I'm going to add the tomatoes now. It's going to wet it up a little bit and start stewing it a bit. Nathan's doing a good job in the background peeling cucumber. I'm adding the radicchio. You can see, look at the colours. You sort of know when something looks like that at the beginning, it's going to taste great at the end. So, what I've also got is organic free range. Like, we're absolutely, against caged animals. We're all about factory farm, free animals. So, Bali's great with organic products when you can get it. So I've just mixed in a dozen eggs, even though there's only 2 little people and 2 large people. I kind of have no sense of portion control. But, as they all know, but one of the things about the frittata is great is that you can cook it and then, take it out, eat it for breakfast, eat it for lunch, put it in a lettuce wrap if you don't eat bread, and make a little bit of lunch, reheat it. One of the things I love doing, which we can shoot tomorrow, is I take a slice of the frittata, I heat it up in the oven, and I put a fried egg on top. What do you reckon of that, Nathan? Nathan's eating breakfast already, as you can see. He's having a little bit of a snack with a cucumber. So, you can see I've sauteed it. Sauteed is a fancy chef's word for softening it up. I don't actually want to cook it that much. I want it to be a little bit crunchy, and I want to maintain all the nutrients inside the vegetables. So I've got this bowl of egg wash, and what I'm doing now is I'm going to tip all the ingredients into this bowl of egg wash. Now, one of the things you'll see is all the stuff sticking in the bottom of the pan, which I really, really, really like. So I'm going to get a scraper. I'm going to scrape all those beautiful bits, and a lot of it's the turmeric and the garlic and the ginger that's starting to caramelise and get all their natural sugars out, which is going to help sweeten up frittata up a little bit as well naturally. So that, there's a way of actually getting some extra flavour. So I'm going to turn around and scrape it all off. Probably can't see it there, but what we've ended up with is a beautiful mix there. So now, just fold all the ingredients, and yes, the hot ingredients into the cold egg wash. So I've seasoned this up really nicely. I'm I'm going to put a tad more olive oil in the fry pan. Now, this part is kind of important. And you can hear Nathan's announcing that it's kind of important. He loves his cucumber. So this part's really important. The pan is still moderately hot. We don't want to add the oil and to be cold when we add the frittata mix. I can see a little bit of smoke coming off there. And some of my LA friends out there watching, you probably know this breakfast item because you come here and come out with me before at the villa. Enzo certainly knows it's we eat it all the time. We're lucky enough to have a garden here in Bali. So you can see it's starting to mix in, it's starting to scramble, and what I'm going to do now is I'm scraping the bottom and I'm pushing eggs around a little bit. This is assisting in the cooking process of this frittata. And I'm making sure that nothing's sticking on the bottom. I'm using a wooden spoon. Okay, you can use a metal spoon or whatever. So, now, that's looking super healthy. Basically, I'm taking that off the heat because I've just started a little bit, and now I'm going to stick it in a really super hot oven. What do you reckon, Nathan? Good? So, we've also got some beautiful cucumbers that the kids have massacred from the garden, and we've got some beautiful greens that we've grown from the garden. We've got a fresh lime and lemon. We're going to make a little salad. We're going to sprinkle it on top with a bit of sumac, squeeze the lime over, and we're going to basically enjoy our breakfast. We'll send you a snap of the frittata in the video, and Enzo and I are going to stuff our faces for the rest of the day. And this is our first combined Two Lean Chefs video. Out. See you later.